Hi friends, in this video we are going to study the engineering and construction industry. We will discuss about built environment sector, construction industry in India and unique features of construction projects. We often hear the term built environment spoken as a synonym to construction. But what exactly does built environment mean? It is defined as a human made space where people can live, work, and recreate on a day to day basis. Hence, built environment is the material, spatial, and cultural product of human labor, which means that the environment that is constructed by human beings in order to live comfortably, to work, and to recreate, with which we often connect culturally, is all part of built environment. Built environment thus refers to the man-made surroundings which provides a setting for various human activities in scales from building and parks or green spaces to neighborhoods and cities, including their supporting infrastructure such as water supply or energy networks. Hence, built environment projects can be classified as follows. The main two types are residential and non-residential projects. Residential projects can be further divided into group housing or apartments or individual bungalow projects, which are very common. In non-residential projects, we see commercial projects, that is constructions of malls, hotels, etc. Institutional projects like construction of universities, schools, and industrial projects which involves construction of power plants, factories, etc. Also, hospital projects. The another category is infrastructure projects and transportation, which usually deals with construction of highways, metro, railways, airports, etc. Moving further to the construction industry in India. Construction industry is the second largest contributor to India's GDP at 12%, only second to agriculture. Construction industry creates huge opportunities for investment since it has over 250 plus allied industries which consist of manufacturing of nails to bricks. The industry is highly fragmented. That is, there are only few large companies which are involved in construction activities. Majorly, there are medium-sized companies which specializes in certain activities, or you usually find very small and medium contractors who work on labor rate or subcontractor basis. Typically in India, you will find about 28,000 companies, out of which only few like L&T, Tata Projects, Punch Lloyd, Shapurji Palanji, Gammon India, HCC, etc. perform the construction work for large projects. The sector is said to be highly labor intensive and it provides employment to more than 56 million people, which are majorly migrant laborers. There is a severe shortage of skilled manpower in the country. The resources are constrained. There are usually shortages of sand, aggregate, and cement in the market, which causes prices to vary. Also, because of demonetization, There has been a huge liquidity crisis since construction industry is majorly dependent upon cash. Construction industry also plays a very powerful role in the economic growth of the country as it adds to productivity and quality of life. Therefore, the central and state governments invest hugely to support infrastructure, transport, and smart cities project. The program of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, that is to provide housing to all by 2022, is well known. Moving further, discuss on the main features of the engineering and construction industry. The typical project sizes vary from $10 million to US 1 billion. We usually don't find such huge value projects in any other industry. There are several work breakdown structure levels, that is, the level of complexity usually varies. Project management concepts are required from conception and planning to operation and closure. The engineering methods for this industry have been established for decades, and project managers are usually self made or on the job trained. You can see the labor productivity growth chart from 1995 to 2014, which compares how construction industry fares against manufacturing. So globally, construction industry lags far behind even the total economic contribution of the labor force working in this industry. Hence, even after so many 100,000 years of the existence of construction industry, there is actually no big change in the methodology of work. So what are the unique features of a construction project? A construction project is always a one-time activity. That is, it has to be performed correctly in the first time and every time. Also, a project is unique and temporary. A project is said to be unique because every project is different in some way or the other. Consider the construction of a 20-storied building in Mumbai and another 20-storied building in Delhi with the same floor plan. Will the two projects be the same? No, because by the very change in location, there is a change in the soil conditions, change in the weather conditions, which will directly impact the foundation structure. This will alter the project schedule. Also, there will be a change in the availability of the types of resources and quality of material, which will all impact a construction project. Construction projects are said to be temporary. That means every project has a definite beginning and a sure end. The projects of high complexity, as explained, there can be tens and thousands of activities involved with huge number of resources that is required to be sourced globally. Also, there is a high risk of failure. Construction industry can be said to be the only industry where increase in risk does not reward you with an increase in benefits. High cost and time for execution. With an investment made into a project, the time required for execution is huge, and to realize The return on investment, the time period is large. The owners or the clients who build the projects for themselves lack basic experience and knowledge of construction. Hence, it becomes very difficult at the first place to understand their needs for the project. Huge untrained workforce, involvement of several people on ad hoc basis, which means that different types of resources like designers, architects, project personals, etc., are sourced from different corner of the world, can work in different time schedules and contribute to a single project to make it successful. The involvement can be short term or long term. The industry is highly fragmented, which means there are very few large players and there is no vertical or horizontal integration. We will be learning more about the fragmented industry and its integration in further chapters of supply chain management. With this, we come to the lecture summary. The main points that were studied are: every project is said to be unique in nature. They always have a definite timeline. Construction industry is one of the oldest and the largest industry in the world, but is also very less developed since there has not been much into research and development. It is also plagued with productivity losses as shown in the slides, and also takes high risk. One of the largest employer, construction industry contributes heavily to the economic growth of any country. The industry is also said to be highly fragmented. The built environment sector involves everything that is built by man to live, work, and recreate on a day to day basis. The built environment sector can be classified into two major types: residential projects and non residential projects. Thank you.